Welcome back to Creator Side Income. Today we are going to have a guest interview with Ben Phair. Ben is somebody that I met actually because he was watching the channel and commenting, and then we started talking back and forth on Instagram first, and then we moved it to email, and we've kind of messaged back and forth, just sharing tips with Amazon influencer, but also talking a little bit about YouTube. I wanted to start having these kinds of interviews on the channel because what I found is the more I talk to people like Ben, like my brother from the last episode, we're sharing ideas. We're coming from different places. We're doing different things, but there's a lot that we're learning just by talking about YouTube and the other side hustles that we're doing. And so I wanted to have Ben on today just to kind of share his journey, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and we'll go from there. So first, Ben, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I'm thrilled that you could come on today. I know your channel. I've watched a bunch of your videos on crypto and trading. Walk us back to when you started that channel. Tell us what it is and why you started it.
Okay, so I've been in crypto for over 6.5 years now. Got in like 2017 in my early 20s, and just was like me getting into the world of investing, and just crypto was like the first thing that I found. So I've been in it for a long time, kind of just been learning how the markets work. And then a couple years into it, started to dabble a little bit in trading, which is a lot and like with lots and lots of mistakes. And so I kind of started to come up with my own like strategies and figure out like a more casual way of trading. So I started to do this. Then I taught it to my cousin, taught it to my friend, and they started to see results as well with just growing their portfolios over time. And so I just thought it was something that I could teach other people. In 2021, in the beginning of 2021, I have a friend and his dad does stocks trading, options trading. And so I like talked to him and I wanted to like take his trading course. And or so I went to like it was an in-person class. So I went to it for a couple weeks and invested into it. And I just like learned a lot of strategies from him, and vice versa. I taught him a lot of my stuff with crypto. He would text me, ask me questions, stuff like that. And then he was just like, you should teach this. He's like, you have a lot of good information. So I'm gonna like send you my previous students. I'm gonna try to help you get like more people to teach this to. And so I was like, you know what? I should just like try to do something online. I should like create a course. And so he was all on board with it. He was like, tell me you should really do this, take this serious. And so in like a couple weeks, I like made my website, not very good, not very professional. I've never done this before. Recorded like 12 videos and tried to figure out everything I wanted to fit into the course. Did it in a couple weeks. And then I didn't really have a way to market it. I had this course, I had this website, and I didn't have a way to get people besides word of mouth from my friend Jeff to get people to come to my course and see if they were interested in it. And so that's when the YouTube channel came to me, the idea of starting a YouTube channel. I've kind of dabbled with YouTube for a really long time. Like I have like a really, really small music channel where I would do covers and stuff because that's another passion of mine with music. I didn't really take it serious. I kind of just tried to edit it myself and just like do the things that I didn't love about it. And I gave up after like a month or two. So with this channel, I was going to be committed to it. I started making more with my crypto. I started to invest into this YouTube. I bought like tons of courses, tons of equipment, and like just tried to make things a lot more professional. Had a marketer that redid my website and kind of changed things up for me with finding my editor, because I got an editor. If you've ever heard of Graham Steph, 2.5 years ago, he posted a video saying, we're hiring and we need a new editor. And he said, in order for you to apply, all I want you to do is make a YouTube video. This is your interview. And so all these people started posting interview videos. And then what I did is I started reaching out to all of these guys because they had their emails in the description. Funny enough, the guy that he flew out to Vegas and the guy that he ended up was his second pick is the guy that I started working with at the time. Cool. So he had a lot of experience with YouTube. Like he would do my thumbnails, like the editing, pretty much everything. I would just have the ideas and then he would help package it for me and just like do any little things and really just help me like do very well with my YouTube channel.
Let me pause you there for a second. You've already talked about a few things that I want to dig into a little bit. Okay, first, It's interesting because if I rewind 20 years to when I was your age, I actually was into trading at that time too. And I was reading, that was back before YouTube. It was even before blogging. And I created my first website to do similar to what you were doing, to share what I was learning. And so I created a website, I think it was called Rich on Any Income. And it was like a blog, but I had to hand code everything. So I learned how to code and I put up these different articles that I was learning. And I'm reading Kiplinger's and Money Magazine and stuff like that and learning all these cool strategies. So it sounds like we have the same kind of teaching bug, right? You just have the advantage of cooler resources now. It's way easier to create a course, to create a YouTube channel, to even do blogging and things like that. So we live in a cool time. But you did something way different from what most people do, which is when you started, you went in hardcore. Because it sounds like, I mean, hiring someone, most people don't do that till they're years in. Even thinking about thumbnails and doing that at a professional level, and your thumbnails are fantastic. And so deciding to invest, now, were you a student at the time? Were you doing this full time? Where were you at when you really invested all this time and money and resources into your channel?
Yeah, so I was a student at the time, like taking my college classes. But then after I started the YouTube channel, I went to less classes and just focused more on this. And I kind of, like you said, just went all in. I was just like obsessed with it. Learning YouTube, like I said, I took many courses, including Graham Stephan's, like took probably like 5 to 10 courses, and even recently started taking more because there's just so much to learn, so much to improve on. And I just wanted to take it serious. I didn't want to treat it as like a hobby. I wanted to treat it as a business and really see if I can grow something outside of my trading and like the other income that I was seeing, and just expanding my different income sources. And so that's what really like separated it for me, was just to really just be all in on this business.
So at that point, then it seems like because of the effort that you put into it, you grew pretty quickly for a new channel. To within a year, you're up at like almost 5,000 subscribers, getting pretty good traffic on your views. Were you able to monetize then within that first year, or when did monetization happen on the platform for you?
The first about 3 months, I think I got to about 100 or 200 subscribers. And then I had a video that was about 3 different coins, just my top three for August or something like that, 2021. And I had one of the coins called Crow, and it was a coin that I already liked. Like I had their Visa card, and like tons of it. And it was one of the coins I like to talk about. And every comment on that video was, "Oh, I love Crow. This is awesome. I want to see more videos about Crow." And so I was like, okay, I should just do a video just about Crow. So like 2 weeks after that, I made a video just about Crow, that token, and it got 10,000 views within like 2 months or something, and took my channel from 200 subscribers all the way up to like 500 or 600. So I started to make more content about that niche. It's a very small niche. It took me about 6 months to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then a month after that, I got monetized, and I was almost at 2,000. And then shortly after that, got to about 5,000 subscribers.
So in the growing from 200 subscribers to your 500, 600 subscribers, that's where you really started to take off as a channel and find your avatar, right? Find your audience. During that time, what was your production schedule like? Were you doing multiple videos a week, one every few weeks? What did it look like during that time?
I was doing about 2 videos a week, I think, for the first 6 months or so. And then I lowered it to one, trying to focus on more, just like better ideas and stuff. Because there was a lot of times where I felt like I was just rushing and just coming up with a video. It could be super random just to throw out another video. And I learned that it's a lot more important to do quality over quantity. And especially once you find what your audience is, what your audience likes, then it's really important to focus on that and like give them what they want to see as well.
Can we talk about the numbers a little bit? So we know that you kind of grew to 5,000 and then you've grown a little bit since then, but as crypto has really dropped off these last year and a half, I'm sure a lot of your audience has dropped off. So first, what are you doing now to maintain your audience? And I know your videos are much more sporadic now just because of where you're at with crypto and investing in other side hustles. So we understand that. But what are you doing now to maintain your audience? And then what does your traffic look like at the peak? And what does it look like now?
At the peak, I was getting about, on average, about 1,000 views a day, so about 30,000 views a month, and that lasted for about 3 or 4 months, the end of 2021 into 2022. And my best month, I got like 90,000 views or something like that. For finance, my CPM as well was like, I think 20, and then the RPM was around 10. So my best month, I did about 900 in AdSense, and I probably like the total is probably around 2,000 for it. The other thing was my course sales. When I launched it, I would get like consistent sales, but then I did a Black Friday special in 2021. And this is also when Crow was doing crazy. And I also thought to make a Crow mini course that I like included as a free thing in my special. And in November and December, I did about 6,000 in course sales between those months, and then a little bit here and there after that. So probably like numbers wise, the channel's probably brought me in about 20,000 or so just over the time that I've started it. For fast forward to now, I'm getting maybe like a tenth of that, like 100 views a day, even though I'm not posting as much because I'm ranking for a lot of keywords around Crow and stuff. So even if I don't post, I still get people searching for that. But like you said, the audience definitely has kind of like gone away a little bit. People aren't as interested in crypto right now, so they're kind of turning away. I've also just been diversifying and focusing on other incomes and trying to build those up as well, while also continuing to expand my knowledge in YouTube. And I've done a mastermind this year. I've got a course coming up that comes out later this year about script writing, and just wanting to constantly improve my videos, the information I put out there, and just the overall quality of the channel.
So it's interesting just to compare your channel with the channel that I first monetized, which was a review channel. Yours was totally built on a trend, right? So you had a few videos pop off. That's what got you monetized, and that's what really peaked with your views. And then when that trend calmed down, so did your channel. There, of course, are other channels or other niches that are more evergreen, where it doesn't rely on trends. And my review channel is certainly that, where people are always looking for and buying products. So I've never seen fluctuations like that, where it's gone up and gone way down. Just really slow, consistent growth on that channel. So that's different. I love that you're diversifying, and obviously the course has been a good income producer for you. How much of your course sales were a result of YouTube videos that pointed people towards those, or how did you get people into that funnel where they were looking to get your course?
I would say like 90% of them were from people that were through the YouTube videos. I had some people reach out from just like old friends that saw me post about it on Instagram, or just saw that I had a website and stuff that were interested. And so I had some come through that way, but I'd say 90% were from YouTube videos. I like tried to be a lot like more like strategic and just how I promote it, and not talking about it every single video. Because I feel like people just get annoyed if you're just constantly trying to sell or just push something. But I would make a good quality video where I share my best tips and tricks, like some of the best things that you can do to improve. And I'd make this a pretty long video, just like as much information as I could pack into there. And then at the end, I promote my course. I say, if this like really, really helped you, like I want you to check this out, where I think my course could help you even further that.
So I noticed you have quite a few long form videos where you're looking at 40 minutes to an hour. The main goal of those then is to direct traffic to purchase a course. It's not just to get a lot of watch time, correct?
Correct. And then I also, with those, I have in mind of other videos in similar topics, and they could be 5 to 10 minute videos, and directing people to that video where it's related enough that I can send them over to that video. So most of my videos, if you looked at the backlog, the end screen video is back to one of those longer videos. And I try to like just have those type of connections in the background, so people are directed to those.
That's cool. That's going to be my takeaway for today. I've still never used an end screen, so I need to do that. I just haven't done it yet. Well, this is really cool. I just have a couple more questions as we wrap up here. You are a full-time entrepreneur, and so that's different from a lot of people who are starting new YouTube channels, and you fully invested in it. And so obviously you've put time, money into resources to up your game, not just with YouTube, but course creation, script writing, etc. There's a lot of stress that comes from being a full-time entrepreneur. Can you talk about some of the highs and lows that you've experienced in the last 2 years and just what you've learned through those experiences?
Yeah, there are plenty of highs and lows. So when crypto was doing very well, it was like, it just seemed like the best time of my life. Crypto was doing well, so was the YouTube, like everything was just going great. And that's kind of the mistake that I take away, or I took away from the, and just in the long term, was I was wanting to diversify by taking out some of my crypto, investing it in other incomes, but I invested it into a crypto related like income. So it was still reliant on crypto doing well. Once crypto went away, then so did the income of the YouTube and the business on that side. So I learned like, well, I gotta expand to other opportunities outside of just crypto. And that's something that I want to do soon, is like expand into a more broad finance or side hustle channel that I'll probably start sometime next year. And after I've gotten even more just knowledge and stuff around YouTube, I want to continue with trying out other side hustles and stuff, because I've been entrepreneur like minded since I was little. I would literally go around my neighborhood and try to ask people to mow their lawns, and try to get people that I would go to every week and mow their lawns and stuff. And so I've been like that since I was little. And then in 2022, when crypto went down, it was like super hard because I, like, all of a sudden my income started to go down with it. And like I had a big chunk took like in savings that I had to start using for my just cost of living, all that stuff. And by the end of 2022, I was just like super stressed, and I was already starting to apply to jobs to just do part time on the side while I get through the rough time. Like I even started to work with other YouTube channels doing little like side jobs for them and stuff. But it wasn't enough for like to cover my cost of living. And so it was like a super tough time where I was just like I didn't know like what to do, and like I was just ready to go back into a job if I had to. And around that time is when I found this other side hustle, that the Amazon influencer program, that really I was able to dive into and spend a lot of my time in, which is also why I haven't been posting as frequent on my channel, because all my time has been devoted to this. And it's really helped me stay afloat and get back into the swing of things, and help me like get out of that rut that I was in for a long time.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to do a part two at some point with Amazon Influencer, because that's something where we connected on. We've both put a lot of time and energy into that this last year. But let's wrap up for now. If someone wants to connect with you, obviously the YouTube channel is I've Been Trading. If
Yeah.
someone wants to find you on social, what's the best handle for you?
Just Ben.Phair on Instagram.
Okay. And Fair is Phair. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, Ben, thank you so much for your time today. It's been awesome having you on the show.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.